everybody, Excellent Execution Godamu here, and welcome to episode 5 of Video Game Pickups. Now, this episode is, I'm going to calculate this, 5 months old now? As in, I'm recording this on the 5th of March 2014. This was originally supposed to be recorded in October 2013. So here we are, 5 months later. This is my 9th attempt at recording this video. Purely for the fact that I've had camera issues. I'm now using my phone. Luckily I've actually got a battery that will last that long. It never used to. I'm hoping my phone will not corrupt the video file, which is the original issue. So here we go. Hopefully this will show it. So I've actually got a very large amount of stuff to show you compared to other videos anyway. So I've also got the gameplay, so this is going to be a long video, so sit back and relax. So we're going to start off with the oldest first, and we're going to start off with the Mega Drive. Now you're going to have to be patient with me because they're all spread out along my bed, so I know what order I'm doing them in, and it's quite long, so here we go. So the first up, this is from my girlfriend for my birthday, which was in September last year, when I turned 21. I got the Aquatic Games starring James Pond and the Aquabats, which is here. It is, cartridge is coming out of it. It is 100% complete. The only fault with it is it's missing the tag, but that's fairly common with Mega Drive games. Very happy with this. I haven't actually had a chance to play it other than to do the small stint that I did to record the gameplay that you're seeing right now. I kind of went on a little bit of a James Pond kick, James Pond kick. Not very big though. They were just around and they looked kind of fun and quirky, so I kind of picked them up. So there's the Aquatic Games for the Mega Drive. Okay, so that's that one. So now we're going to move on a bit later. We're going to move to the PlayStation 1. Now, this was... I picked this up... Oh, it's a little bit dirty on the case there. I have to clean that up. I picked this up for £1 at a car boot sale, local to where I live. This was around September time. I think I went on the actual weekend after my birthday. It was kind of like my little treat to myself, kind of. Now this was an absolute bargain. I couldn't resist picking this up. So we have Grand Theft Auto. This is the first one for the PlayStation 1. It had massive like sales stickers on it and stuff. I've got pretty good cleaning stuff and pretty good cleaning methods, so it come off. Apart from a very few minor scratches on the case, it looks like it should, in my opinion. And yet again, I will not buy it. Otherwise, there it is, and it is complete. And I have 2 maps in here. Now these maps are unopened. Now this is key. Remember that these maps are unopened. It's very key. So very happy to have this game. I played this a lot as a kid, believe it or not, even though it's an 18 rated game. I played this a lot as a kid. I loved it. So Grand Theft Auto, very happy to have this one. Okay, so now we're moving on to the N64. Now I've actually got a moderately large, well, I have 4 games and an extra item to show you. I'm going to start off with my loose carts. Now I'm not a person for loose cartridges. If I'm going to buy a game, I want it to be as complete as physically possible, unless it's super rare. So, first off, this is all from XNF Assassin for Christmas. First off, I'm going to show you what he got me as the main present. It's an Ultra 64 SFX 64 versus or V5 Blaze Universal Game Adapter. Now, what this does is it has 2 slots on it. So there's one on the top and there's one on the back. Now, what you do is you put in your console's region game in the back. So in this case, mine would be PAL. And then I can put any region game I want in the top and play them. Now, he got that from an American seller who actually had 2 of them, believe it or not. So to go along with that, I got 3 American games. So I'm not too bothered that they're loose. I'll leave one of them till last. So this one first, you're not going to see gameplay of because it's actually been on my channel before. But I have another copy of Super Mario 64. Which is the NTSC copy, as you can see, because it has the kids to adults content rated by ESRB. Obviously we don't have that here, we actually have age ratings. So there is that one. Next up I have Extreme G. This is yet again another American copy. This game actually looks quite good. It kind of looks like a Wipeout type F-Zero type game, as you can see with the gameplay on the screen now. It could be quite enjoyable. I'm actually kind of happy I have this game. It could be quite fun multiplayer, put it that way. And then finally, a game I was actually extremely happy to get because I actually wanted it for a while, even in PAL. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually work. I can't get it to work on my console at all. I haven't actually had another console to try it on, but it's Diddy Kong Racing. Now this is the American copy. Unfortunately, I cannot show you gameplay because I cannot get this cartridge to work. So that's a bit of a shame, but I have actually wanted to play this game before, so maybe I'll try and get a better copy or see if I can get it fixed. We'll never know. Okay, so that's my loose cartridges, and then finally I have a complete in-box game here. So obviously this is going back to actual my region. And that's Rayman 2: The Great Escape. Now this was, sorry about my nose, a bit itchy. This was a birthday present from my girlfriend for my 21st. So very, very happy to get this complete in box. I've never been a huge Rayman fan. I did play it a fair bit when I was a kid, but to have this sort of like Super Mario World style one in my collection, very, very cool. So happy to have Rayman 2. Okay, so now we're going on to my biggest haul of this pickups video. I'm going to leave that one and that one till last. So this is going on to the biggest haul I've got this time, which is my PlayStation 2. So basically, at a car boot sale, I found these first two games. So we have complete and in absolute immaculate condition, Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. Love this game, love all the Lego Star Wars. In fact, because all the Lego games are kind of like similar to some extent, I think the Star Wars ones are actually where it started, and to some extent they are kind of the best. So really, really happy to get this into my collection. As I've said, complete in very, very nice condition. It looks like it's been barely played. Okay, so next up, this is, I believe, yes, the only incomplete, other than those cartridges, game that I actually bought. Killzone Shadowfall was coming up. I wasn't going to get it. I still don't actually have a PS4. But my dad bought a PS4 and he got the Killzone Shadowfall collection. So I was kind of interested in getting on a bit of a Killzone hype, so I actually bought the first Killzone for PS2. Now, at the time, this was a moderately rare game. It's now come down in price a lot, but unfortunately, I didn't manage to get a manual with it. It does play and everything, that's fine, that's not a problem at all. But there is no manual with it, unfortunately. So I am on the lookout for a manual for this. I only paid £2 for this, I believe, and £2 for the Lego Star Wars. So it's not great because I didn't get the manual, but it's good to have this original game in my collection. Okay, so next up, these three games were taken from the exact same pawn shop. I want to say around September again. As I said before, I was on a bit of a James Pond kick, so I found James Pond Codename Robocard. It is complete in here. It's in very, very nice condition, I have to say. This is kind of like a platformer, so probably my first platformer for the PlayStation 2, so very, very happy to have that. And then finally, these two. I got Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Unfortunately, I would have got San Andreas as well if there was San Andreas, but unfortunately there wasn't San Andreas there. So both of these are in very, very nice condition. Both of them are complete. And as I said before, they have their maps and they look like they've never been opened. I'm sorry if you didn't quite see that. So that's Grand Theft Auto 3. Very, very happy to have that. Played that one a lot when I was a kid. And obviously the Vice City. Yet again, I believe this is probably even the same owner. Complete in there. and unopened map. So very, very happy to have those added to my collection. Played this one even more. I think this was probably my favourite one as a kid. I'm not really sure why, because it was the most rushed game, but they made it work, let's say that. And then finally, for Christmas, from my girlfriend's brother, I bought him Adventure Time, I believe. Yes, I did. I bought him the first season of Adventure Time. And he bought me Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. Now, basically, he asked me for a list of Grand Theft Auto games I didn't own, so I could, you know, fill in the gaps in my collection. And this was one of them. I played this on the PSP. I don't actually have it, but I have played it on the PSP. And I was actually unaware until quite recently they actually did a PS2 version of it. So here it is. It's in very nice condition, and yet again, map never been opened. You see where this is going now, can't you? So another Grand Theft Auto game right there. Very, very nice game. Enjoyed that one a lot. And then finally onto the last two of the PS2 collection. Now I saved these because these actually relate to a piece of hardware, which I'm going to show at the end. I got EyeToy Play 2. I believe this was £3. Very, very nice condition. Anything else in there? No, not really. And this was actually mint. It's a PAL game, but it's not actually in. The box isn't actually in English because it comes from, I believe it's Sweden. I could be wrong, but I do believe it's Sweden. And that's EyeToy Play Astro Zoo. Now this is complete in box. I'm not going to open it because of when I opened it for the first time to make sure everything was in there. It kind of took a little bit of damage on top. The box did unfortunately turned up a little bit scuffed, which I was a little bit annoyed about because obviously it was supposed to be brand new. And I did get a bit of a refund, so this actually only cost me £4 brand new. It has got the silver slimline EyeToy camera in it, which has never been used, and obviously the complete game. So there's no gameplay of this, purely for the fact that I kind of want to keep it as new as possible. I probably will play it eventually because I'm not the type of person to buy stuff and not play it, but there we go, that's a nice big box PS2 game. So that's everything for PlayStation 2. We are now going to move on to the original Xbox, where I've only got 3 games, soon to be more. I will tell you why, no, I probably won't tell you why, but there will be more soon. I'm kind of enjoying collecting for the original Xbox. So the first one, or the first 2 should I say, were Christmas presents from my girlfriend. Now, I believe there's a character for every single generation and format of console that is iconic, as in what Sonic is to Sega and what Mario is to Nintendo. I believe Blinx, the Time Sweeper, is Microsoft's answer to that genre. So we're talking like the Ratchet and Clanks, the Jak and Daxter, that sort of genre. And I played this a lot when I was a kid, and I in fact played this one even more when I was a kid. So we have Blinx the Time Sweeper 1 and Blinx 2 Masters of Time and Space. Now these are very, very good games. I highly recommend, if you've got an original Xbox, try and get copies of these, especially if you're a Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter fan. Now these are in astounding quality, and I don't use that word lightly. I genuinely do not mean that word lightly. These physically feel like they were posted today, or only picked them up today because they were brand new out. So very, very happy to get these. I'm never going to get rid of these. Not that I'm going to get rid of any of my games, but very, very happy to have that. And so obviously the same again with the second one right here. Absolutely amazing condition. Discs are in absolutely pristine condition. Very, very, very happy to have these games. I'm looking forward to playing through them again. Okay, then finally, I actually only found out a couple of days ago that this is actually kind of a disappointment, unfortunately, but as you all know, I am a Fable fan, as you'll even find out later. I very, very much love the first one, and I can't show you one of them, but I can show you this one. So this is the original copy of the game. This isn't actually my original copy. My original copy my mate still has. I assume he still has it anyway. I gave it to him because at the time I wasn't a bit of a collector, so you know, it's all there. And then a year later, they released a Lost Chapters edition, as many of you probably know. It actually came in 2 renditions. This one only ever came out in this rendition, in PAL form. It might have come out in different renditions in another region, but Lost Chapters came out in 2 regions. There was a classic one, which had the white border and then a little picture, and then there was the Best of Classics version. Now, I have the original Classics version, and I have the Best of Classics now. Now, the reason why this is a bit of a disappointment, I tried it yesterday. I actually put it in my original Xbox, and it did not boot up. It was an unrecognizable disc. There are a couple of minor scratches on the disc. It's really not that bad. I generally thought it would be fine, but it does not boot up. I even put it in my 360, which I know it works in, and it did not recognize it. Now, it's neither on my hardwares because they're used all the time. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to take this back. The shop I bought it from actually does disc resurfacing. I still have the receipt, luckily, because I do keep my receipts for the stuff I buy now. Hopefully what they'll say is, okay, that's fine, and they'll just give me a free resurface and make sure it works, because I really don't want to give up this copy, because it is the last copy I need, and I'll have all the original Fable copies of the game for the original Xbox, not the PC versions. So I'm kind of disappointed about it, but hopefully they can get it repaired. I'm going to try that in a couple of days' time when I go back in. So, Fable Lost Chapters, obviously no gameplay of that. Okay, so we're going to go quickly to a handheld. Another game my girlfriend got me for Christmas is Pokemon Platinum version. Now, for the eagle eye viewers of you, I don't own a DS, do I? Well, not that you know of, so you'll have to wait until the end of the video for that. So I was having a bit of a Pokemon hype. I still am kind of on a Pokemon hype. It's just getting the time to play it, really. I was borrowing Heart Gold and a DS from XNF Assassin. He's got a couple of DS's, long story. And I was really enjoying it. I really wasn't expecting to enjoy a DS Pokemon game. I'm very much a Game Boy Advance hardcore player, because they were the games that were made my childhood. But I kind of started to really enjoy the DS games. So she picked me up Platinum version, and obviously these games aren't cheap. So Platinum version. Obviously I cannot physically show you gameplay of it, but very, very nice to see. So there you go. Okay, so we're moving on to current gen. I'm going to call PS4 and Xbox One next gen, but obviously I don't actually have either of them. So we're going to PlayStation 3 now, because it's only one game, for £4, pre-owned, very, very nice condition. As I said, I was on a Killzone pump. Killzone 2, £4, very, very nice condition. Complete, doesn't look like it's been abused during its lifetime. Very, very happy to have this game. Looking forward to playing through it properly. I did play the demo when it came out. It was kind of enjoyable. This one looks a lot more refined, obviously, so very, very happy to get this. Looking forward to playing it. Okay, so now we're finally on the Xbox 360. Let me just get them into some form of order. Yeah, this is not so bad. Okay, so car boot sale around September time, same one as the PS2 games. I bought Halo 3. Very, very nice condition. £3. Not going to turn that down. Obviously, there'll be some of you that are saying, well, it was free. Yeah, not when I bought this. It wasn't free when I bought this. So, and I'm very much a physical person. If I can get a physical copy, I'm going to get a physical copy. So, very, very happy to have this game. Love Halo 1 and 2. So, it'd be enjoy. Oh, and I liked Halo Reach, because I do have Halo Reach. So, very, very looking forward to playing through this game. Next up, how could I go through the whole of 2013 without picking up the Game of the Year? For the Xbox, that is. I know Game of the Year was actually The Last of Us, which I really do want to get. And that's Grand Theft Auto 5. How could I not get Grand Theft Auto 5? By far, my personal Game of the Year 2013. I bought this brand new. Just after my birthday, so probably like 2 weeks after it was released. Absolutely love this game. I recommend it to absolutely anyone. it's actually even probably the best one to start getting into the series. It is so well optimized. Being an IT nerd myself, I'm very, very surprised at how well this is optimized for a fairly old system. I mean, let's be honest, the Xbox 360 isn't really that powerful compared to most now. So, to get that sort of performance out of it, very, very, very good. Very, very impressed with Rockstar North this time round. And I cannot wait for any proper DLCs to be released. Okay, so this has got a little bit of a backstory, but nothing too major. For Christmas, I bought and repaired an Xbox 360 for my girlfriend. It was a bit of a risk, but I was very, very happy that I actually got it to work properly. It was a... what was it? Basically, it was fine, but it was on its way out as it started to red ring. So basically, to be sure and to stop any forceful errors, I fitted a red ring kit. So obviously it fixed it, it repaired it, and it worked from then until about the end of January. So it was doing fairly well. And then at the end of January it started to red ring again. So I thought, oh okay, well that's a bit weird. So I reflowed it, which if any of you know what that is, I gave it a reflow. Just go with this story. I gave it a reflow and I refitted the kit again. And it worked for about 2.5 weeks. And then it died again. So I gave it one last reflow and it didn't fix it. So that was scrapped. I've got all the spare parts because I do repair 360s fairly often. And I bought her another one. Now there was nothing wrong with it, even though it was sold to me as being wrong. I literally opened it, cleaned it, and it worked fine afterwards. Don't get me wrong, the disk drive is dying, but it's not dead yet. So she's got another one. But when I bought that second Xbox for her, it had a launch title, believe it or not. Well, it had a launch disc, shall we say. And it was never opened. So I'd like to present you my only sealed game, so to speak, which is the Xbox Live Arcade compilation disc. Now, obviously there's no gameplay because it's sealed, never to been taken out of its plastic. I don't plan to take this out of its plastic, so I'm not really going to be one for arcade games. I'm not really going to go, right, I want to sit down and really play these. So I'm happy to have this. This is a not packaged for distribution, separate from the Xbox 360 controller console, and it has no barcode, which means it is genuinely not something you could buy. So very, very happy to have this, actually. Surprising, but happy. Next up, this cost me 99p, which is the reason I bought it. If it was any more, I would not have picked this game up, because it was actually an abysmal disappointment. But I haven't played it yet, but it probably will be an abysmal disappointment, and that is Duke Nukem Forever. This was 99p, from my game store in fact. So, and there you have it. Still had the receipt, I'm just going to remove that, but it is 99p, I can assure you. And I paid with a £2 coin. So, yep, I'll have to... kind of looking forward to playing this, but then there's a kind of not, so we shall see. Next up, I'm actually really happy to get this. I think I paid £4.56 or something off eBay to get this. Now, this isn't going to mean much to many people, especially not those that don't collect, but it's a Monster Hunter thing. And now, there's only one game that was released for the Xbox 360 that was Monster Hunter, and that's Frontier, which is in Japan only. Now, I'm going to show you this, and you're going to be very, very confused, but here you go. Now, what this is a demo disc. I'll show you, just open it up, there you go. This is a demo disc from the Tokyo Game Show in 2010. Now, I cannot play this, because it is in Japanese format, but I do plan to get a console that can play it, because I really, really would like to play the Frontier games. We can't play it on PC or anything like that, so I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, this is like, I think even the guy that bought it is obviously from the UK, or not bought it, it was a free item when you went. He's obviously from the UK, because it looked genuinely, it's never been played. It must have never been played. So very, very happy to get this for the £4.50 I paid, should I say. Okay, so this game was brand new. This was a Christmas present from XNF Assassin to me, and that is a game I've wanted for a long time, even though I've completed it and its expansion pack, because I had played it on the PS3 several years ago now, and that is the Red Dead Redemption Game of the Year edition. So I've now got it for Xbox 360. I cannot wait to play through this again. It was such a good game. I think the storyline is impeccable. So very, very happy to get this game again. I may do some, videos on this, maybe, possibly, but probably not. Uni's still kind of getting in the way. So there we have that. Very, very happy to get that. And then for those of you that have watched or actually follow me, like me, there we go, on Facebook, you will know I have this game already, but my most popular video on my channel includes this game even. Most popular video on my channel includes this game, and that's Fable Anniversary. How could I not get this? This was bought for me for Valentine's Day by my girlfriend. I bought her Lord of the Rings Conquest. Very, very good game. I was annoyed that I could get it for her but not for me, so there we have it. This is obviously bought brand new. It was pre-ordered, so I even got the side outfit and the new weapon, which you can't get in the original game. I'm most of the way through this now. Obviously I've played the actual game millions of times, not literally millions, but so I know what to do and where to go. It looks amazing in HD. Literally the only thing wrong with it is the freezes. It freezes fairly often, and it's a real shame. There have been patches to patch them out, and some of the freezes have gone, but then you just see more freezes. So hopefully they'll do something about it eventually, but very, very happy to get this. Very, very happy indeed. So finally, in terms of games, before we get to the last couple of bits of hardware, I have two PC games here to show you. They were £3 each. That's Battlefield Bad Company 2. Obviously bought brand new, so there you go. There will be no gameplay of these. Actually, no, I might do. We'll see. And then we got the complete Battlefield 2 collection. So that includes Battlefield 2, Battlefield 2 Special Forces, Euroforce, and Armoured Fury. So obviously, as I said, this was £3 again, brand new. So really wanted to pick it up, as this is actually one of the critically acclaimed ones. So there you have it. Okay, so finally, we'll quickly zip through the hardware I've got. To go with the PS2 games, I have one iToy. This cost me £1. And I have the second iToy. Now, I was unaware when I bought it, but when I bought iToy Play 2, it actually came with this iToy camera, so I got a spare one. So I actually have 3 iToy cameras now, which I don't know what I can do with. Next up, for £8. Now, believe it or not, these are actually kind of rare, especially working. The guy even said it when I bought it off of him. This is a Duke controller for the original Xbox. Now, this is the original release. They realised eventually that they were just too big, and they made them a lot smaller. But I like the Duke controller. It's definitely a classic original Xbox controller. You're not really playing the original Xbox unless you've got a controller this size. So happy to get this. I've thrown away my wireless ones because they were truly terrible. I wanted a wired original Xbox controller, so there you go. Okay, so quickly on to 2 systems. Here I have a, give me a second, white PSP. Now this is a slim and light version. Now for you that know, I actually have a PSP. I do. I have a black one. In fact, it is right here in its case. But now, believe it or not, this is a special edition. This is one that was released in a limited quantity, and I only paid £5 for it. And this is why. So there you go. This is the Star Wars limited edition PSP 2000. Now this is in immaculate condition. It came with a really, really terrible case, but it's in very, very nice condition. I'm not a white PSP fan, I'm not really a white electronics fan, but this is actually overall in better condition than my PSP. My PSP kind of got a bit beaten up and damaged over the years. This actually fully works, whereas the USB on my one doesn't actually work. So for £5, I'm not going to turn it down. It came with a power supply and this really terrible case. So